It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Cleveland comes into this one after the win against Indiana. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And with All-Star Week almost upon us, people getting ready for the excitement. But Kenny, for teams on hot streaks, does this actually come at a bad time? They say, hey, we don't want to stop playing.
No, you never like to stop, honestly, Ernie, when the momentum is being positive, but you need a break. And this is truly a great break, so it shouldn't hurt too much.
And for these teams on the cold streaks, Ernie, they welcome the break. Mental reset for the second half of the year is desperately needed.
You talk about a mental reset desperately needed. Look right here, boys and girls.
You took a
Look
shot at
right
Shaq?
here.
Did you just take a shot at Shaq?
I shot at both of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I blocked mine. At least I caught it.
We take it courtside. Thanks for joining us.
Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. This game marks the end of the stretch at home for the Cavaliers, back on the road tomorrow. And, of course, John Lure. This is their first game without him.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said it's just a will. The will to get the ball most people won't jump for. I just put myself out there. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. Along with the All-Star break comes the trade deadline, Chris. Some players could be on the move. Do players get impacted if they hear their name in the rumor mill?
Yeah, especially young players. I mean, when you feel that, you're being traded, you only think about someone doesn't want you. You don't think about how a team is actively trying to get you and make you part of their team. But you can't help but hear your name on all the talk shows, the radio shows, from fans, things like that. But you just have to stay mentally strong some way, not let that interfere with your work ethic, not let that interfere with your game, how you're trying to get better. But human nature, it's really hard. And if you're a good player, it's going to happen because someone else out there is going to want you. And so they might just put your name in the rumor just to see if they have any takers. So you just got to take it and just keep working hard.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. Harris is out there with Jang, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Nailed from three-point land. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Jang, a screen. Bradley kicks to Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Well, think about this. They were extremely versatile in their approach, taking what the defense allowed.
And, Chris, one thing I'm sure you appreciate about Kevin Love's game is his passing.
Oh, definitely. I love his West Unseld, the ode to West Unseld outlet pass that he does. I mean, just touchdown strikes, good vision in the high post as well. And you so often hear about how much Detroit Pistons fans pride themselves on the defense of this team. It's a part of the franchise's identity. All the fans in Detroit definitely love their defense.
Now here's Bradley. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland.
Don't forget, he also racked up 3 steals. He showed terrific anticipation and heart on the defensive end.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Love moves the ball so well, especially when he spots an open man.
With the pass. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And only a handful of teams have a franchise identity like that with the Pistons in defense. Maybe the Lakers playing up-tempo or Memphis grinding it out.
Well, yeah, not many teams or franchises have an identity. And that's what makes it so special to play in Detroit for that reason. There's nothing like hearing the crowd get hyped for a defensive stop.
And Bradley gets it to go.
And that's where he's most comfortable. Bradley crafting his game to excel in the catch and shoot.
LeBron passes to Love. To the wing right side. Rose kicks to Bledsoe. Lock at 6. LeBron dishes to Love. Good, and the assist goes to James. Love's got 8 points.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. They set the screen to the middle, stolen by Thompson. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way over Jang, and the rejection by Jang. Harris kicks to Jackson. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And Jackson is very good at catching the D off guard, especially inside where he needs to be fast and getting that shot off.
Outside for Bledsoe. There's Rose with the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pistons trail by 6. Jackson kicks to Zhang. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
I mean, and at 6'3", Bradley is a plus defender thanks to his quickness and tenacity.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at number 1, and still after 1 season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school, terrific player, but he's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
Here's Jackson following the basket by LeBron James. 6 to shoot. Here's Harris. A second chance effort. Great D that time from James.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
Love with the screen on Harris. James, the pass to Rose. Cleveland gets it back. Thompson dishes to Rose. LeBron against Harris. Takes a 3. The kick out to Rose. That doesn't go either for Rose. Pistons trail by 7. Bradley passes to Jackson. Drummond a screen, and Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
You got to be cautious with Harris when there's a screen being set. He's very good at finding space and cashing in on the defense's mistakes.
James, no good.
Well, I'm sure he thought that was good when they left his fingertips. Matter of fact, I know he did.
Here's Bradley. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. It's LeBron with the drive, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And when you're scouting a player like LeBron James, Chris, how do you defend him? What's the plan?
Wow, you got to stay in front of him and try to force him to take bad shots. Tell the trainer to get the ice bath ready. And make sure you got some extra tape. And all of this is easier said than done.
And as successful as LeBron James has been, a max contract, all the endorsements, everything else, he's made his mark with his philanthropy.
Well, Kevin, my favorite part about LeBron is what he's done off the court. I mean, $2.5 million to the Muhammad Ali Museum. Think about this. This might be one of the greatest philanthropic moves, in my opinion, by an athlete. $40 million to pay for the college tuition of 1,000 Ohio school children. I mean, he's affecting the world in ways much larger.
Look at that.
Love how fierce James is. A ferocious dunk artist.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Bledsoe outside. Pass to Love. James outside. And LeBron throws it down.
James is effective at getting near the basket. Always look to dunking it home.
Pistons trail by 8. Outside Jackson. Here's Drummond. And James pulls it down.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start. And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. For Cleveland, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit, fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
Kicks to Bradley. Drummond a screen, looking to end the run. Bradley can't get it to go. Cleveland leading by 11. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. The pass to Baldwin. Fires for 3. Yes! It's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Livingston kicks to Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
Man, Kevin, I just assumed that was going in.
Passes it to James. Here's Baldwin. Now the feed to Love. Pass to Baldwin. Floats it up for James. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
We love seeing James soar like an eagle. He's exceptional at rising up quickly for the alley-oop.
Pistons trail by 16. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Pistons.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
The drive by James.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Pistons trail by 19. Livingston with it. A 14-point game for him in the win against Portland. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And Chris, you had to deal with different injuries during your playing career. Some guys get bit by the injury bug and some others avoid it their whole career. Do you think that staying healthy, Chris, is a skill or is it just luck of the draw?
Man, that's a great question, Kevin. I really can't answer that. When you look at a guy like Jordan and seeing him only hurt his ankle one time. Or,
right.
You know, I do think when you take care of your body, and you prepare, that you can definitely stave off injuries. But at the same time, I think it's the luck of the draw. If you were a guy like myself and you're rebounding in the paint and there are a lot of feet under you, you're going to come down on someone's ankle and twist your ankle. We've seen a lot of non-physical injuries, a lot of injuries that just seem to happen out of nowhere. When you look at George's injury with the Olympics that time, or you look at a guy like Steph Curry with his ankle injuries that he had back in the day. So I really can't answer that. That's a great question. It's like what comes first, the chicken or the egg? But I would just say this, no matter how hard you work, it takes a little bit of luck to be successful. I think we all would say that. So I would lean on more so the side of luck than necessarily being prepared and not having an injury.
Good answer. In the corner, Holmes with it. Dishes it to Shumpert. Feeds to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. There's the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Livingston dishes to Johnson. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
And Johnson is just so long. He gets to the hoop in no time when he's driving inside.
1:57 left to play here in the first. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
A chance now to see the numbers for Livingston. How last month turned out for him. He's getting around 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
There's 1:54 left here in the opening quarter. He kicks to Johnson. Here's the teardrop, and he sinks the layup.
And at 6'7", Johnson has the height to bang down low. He's terrific at getting quality shots in the post.
1:29 left in the first quarter. Here's Baldwin, coming off a solid outing against Indiana, and they pick up 2.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Pistons trailed by 19. Here's Kennard. Here's the screen. Top of the key, Ellenson. They double him with Shumpert. Holmes with the steal. To the middle, and the Cavaliers pushing it up now.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
The dish to Ellenson. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Livingston, no luck.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Here's Baldwin, and he goes in for the dunk.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
And here's Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
One interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
For Detroit, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Farrell's checked in for LeBron. The Cavaliers leading by 23. Here's Baldwin. He's got 9. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Farrell. Here's Shumpert. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
He is absolutely as solid and steady as a rock at this point in his career. Nothing rattles him. Nothing throws him off his game.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
You saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
On the court for the Pistons, McDermott is out there with Ellenson. And there's Livingston. Then it's Johnson. And it's Kennard in at the two-guard position. As to Livingston, the high post shot. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Livingston's got his first points in this one. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. The pass to Baldwin. Farrell for three. And another three for Cleveland.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Livingston. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. Shoots over Holmes. Makes a big, high bounce and goes in. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, you know, when you step on the floor.
Now Livingston. It's rebounded by Farrell. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's the three. It's the three-point bomb. Farrell's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Cavs.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Kennard. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Nice. Look how alert Shumpert is. He knows whenever one of his teammates is open to get him to rock.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And, Chris, usually the guys who score a lot of points get all the attention. But if you had to pick some who don't get a lot of credit for the way they fill it up, who would some of those names be?
That's tough. I think anytime you have a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, who's a big guy and one of the top leading 5 scorers in the league, I think he doesn't get enough credit for scoring. His teammate, Anthony Davis, probably because of his record and his team not winning as much, doesn't get enough credit. Kawhi Leonard, because he's quiet and unassuming, doesn't grab that credit. And then you got guys like Gordon Hayward, who's just coming onto the scene, Kemba Walker, who's exciting, and Jimmy Butler. I mean, it's a lot of guys that don't get enough credit. And if you want to go to the West Coast and go back to point guards, go to Damian Lillard, who felt he was snubbed as an all-star. But that's the great thing about this league. There's so many great players. You got to play hard every night to get some credit, because if not, someone else is deserving to have their name up there just as well.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
There's the pick. Over to the left wing. Ellenson with a wide-open look. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Farrell for three. He can't hit that time. The Pistons go the other way with it. Outside Jackson. Jang with the screen for Jackson. Jang with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Kennard. And too long on the shot.
Nice work to get good position inside. You just can't quite get as good a look as he wants.
Here's Baldwin. Hits the three-point bomb. Baldwin's got 14 points.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Zhang, a screen. Jackson kicks to Zhang. Johnson outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Tyronn Lue thrown right into the fire as the head coach of the Cavaliers, and he led them to a title in his rookie year as a head coach.
It was a whirlwind, but he's so organized. He knew the changes he wanted to make. Coming in and leading a championship team, he was up for the task.
So for the Pistons, Drummond's checked in for Henry Ellenson, and it's Avery Bradley in for Kennard.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
Shumpert against Bradley. Jackson dishes to Johnson. And Zhang kicks to Drummond. Outside for Jackson. Lots of room. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The catch and shoot, Jay, is lethal when used correctly. Easy to see why Jackson likes it so much.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Baldwin. He's guarded by Johnson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Cavaliers have shot 6 of 7 at the line. First free throw is good. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Rose comes in for Shumpert. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Farrell. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. Outside Jackson. Here's Drummond. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Kicks to Rose. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Jackson kicks to Bradley. Tries again. And Thompson sends it back.
So Thompson is a more than capable defender. He has excellent length, and he uses that to swat away shots.
Here's Love, and the rejection by Zhang. Jackson against Bledsoe. And here's Harris from the arc. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's 6 points for Tobias Harris. Here's Baldwin. Guarded.
That's how you attack. Wow.
Attack the rim, baby. Move out the way.
Detroit's gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Bradley passes to Jackson. Drummond with his screen on Bledsoe. Passes it to Harris. He dishes it to Drummond. Over Thompson. That's short off the rim. For Cleveland, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. Baldwin kicks to Love. Love with the screen on Harris. To the middle. Fires it up. Bucket is good. And that's 11 points for Rose.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Jackson against Bledsoe. Jackson dishes to Zhang. Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Baldwin. It's hauled in by Harris. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. He feeds it to Zhang. Jackson in the corner. Rose against Bradley. They double him with Love. Here's Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
And Thompson throws it down.
And look, I love how Thompson keeps his eyes on the basket. Even while getting hit, he muscles through it all.
And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
LeBron's checked in for Baldwin. And Chris, the team you spent the most time with in your career, the Sacramento Kings, what was it like playing in a smaller market? And do you think that's changed for star players today?
You know, I love playing for the city of Sacramento and the fans. Because we were a small market, I think we had some of the most passionate fans that I've ever seen in the NBA. But it was also tough, especially playing on the West Coast. You're the second or the late game, and the East Coast, many people don't see you. You don't have necessarily the support of everyone else because you're not in the largest city. So it definitely could be tough. But when you're playing a team like the Lakers or you're playing other Goliaths, you love it and you embrace that small David type aspect. And so I do think it's changed because of social media. I do think it's changed because of the internet and specifically the apps that you can now go into the locker room before and after the game. You can get a guy's thoughts right after he made a big shot or missed a big shot. And so I think if he would have had those tools, maybe it'll be different. But I think now definitely it really doesn't matter what market you play in. I mean, we were a small market at that time, but look, since it's been the OKCs and other teams that kind of have made everybody excited about basketball. So I don't think market plays that big of a part as far as your exposure and how much fans get to see you anymore.
Good overview.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
James against Harris. LeBron kicks to Bledsoe. Back to LeBron. Love the pass to LeBron. Tries from 16. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 10 points for Love.
Well, you gotta like the awareness from Love, seeing separation and capitalizing off of it with ease.
Jackson dishes to Drummond. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters, LeBron James, #1.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Thompson, a screen on Harris. The screen from Thompson. LeBron kicks to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Oh, and that's his first 3 of the second quarter. 3rd overall this game.
Drummond with a screen on Rose. Here's Bradley, and the rejection by Love. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Pulls up for 3, and LeBron James with the 3. James has got 18 points.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Jackson with it. Picked up by Love. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond is so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
It's a pick by Love. James, the pass to Love. Fades back, and it's off the back rim. No good.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Thompson sets the pick for Rose. Back to James. Love with the screen on Harris. Down low, poke loose. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And here's Love for 3. Love with another miss. And so it's Cleveland way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. And with as many 3-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half, and you have a big lead. But do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh, yeah. We got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. And now back to the other Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They obviously crushed it from deep. They were firing it from every angle and kept hitting the target. I mean, look at the score. Obviously, a lot of things went right for them, but that's a big one.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Well, Cleveland shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Inside, we got the tenacious Love and Thompson. Bledsoe is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's LeBron in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Outside Jackson. Lobbed up there for Drummond. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Now, the energy Drummond has on the glass, it's really ridiculous. He's a spark plug, a real spark plug.
No good from Bledsoe. Detroit's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Bradley with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. In the corner, Bradley with it. Offensive rebound, out to Harris. From deep, he shoots again, and there's the nice layup by Drummond. Drummond's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Thompson, a screen on Harris. James dishes to Thompson. Here's Bledsoe. Love outside. Pass to James. Love with the screen on Harris. James kicks to Thompson. The Cavaliers keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock.
Look, that rebound was up for grabs to get, but his length really was the determining factor in him coming away with it.
Bradley, no one around him. Bradley with another miss.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
The feed to James. There's Rose with the 3. The screen from Thompson. And they double up James. And finished off by LeBron.
Oh, I love seeing James take over the game. I mean, a ferocious scorer who can flat out light it up.
Bledsoe with the pass.
Bledsoe against Jackson. It's Bradley on the wing. He's got 6. Here's Drummond. Outside for Jackson. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Rose attacking, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one. Jackson passes to Harris. Drummond sets the screen for Harris. They double him with LeBron. Outside Bradley. Just 5 on the clock. Zhang with a screen on James, and slam dunk by Harris.
When we get a look at what Harris is capable of, when he gets aggressive and attacks the rim, incredible.
And Love has it in the corner. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Baldwin, he's checked in for Love. Iman Shumpert has come in for Derrick Rose. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Detroit, Henry Ellenson's checked in for Zhang. And it's Stanley Johnson in for Tobias Harris. And Drummond kicks to Ellenson. Drummond a screen. Shoots from 12. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 7 points.
Oh, and Johnson is used to the D being aggressive with him. Just has an amazing confidence in his jump shot.
On the wing, James. He's guarded by Johnson. And LeBron throws it down.
And the fearlessness, willing to sacrifice his body for a high percentage look.
Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Drummond a screen. Right side Jackson. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Pistons.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He's off on the first. So he can't get either to fall. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. There's a screen. LeBron passes to Baldwin. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. Bradley with the ball, now guarded by Shumpert. Outside Jackson. From deep, hands it from downtown. 7 points in the game.
Jackson has improved his three-point stroke. He can't be left alone from outside.
But see, I love Reggie Jackson, how he attacks players with his drive. He uses his size nicely. He's so athletic. I mean, he has one of the best Euro steps in the game and a nice tempo change to keep the D off guard.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
Pass to Ferrell. Here's Baldwin. He's got 18. Hits it from three-point range. Baldwin's got 21 in the game. And with Jackson and his ability to attack the rim, that strength plays into another strength of his, which is pulling up short and getting a jumper or a floater on the fly.
Well, that tandem of talents make Jackson such a tough assignment on defense. He has the right mentality to consistently create chances. No real easy way to defend against him.
Drummond a screen. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And that one, good. Drummond's got 16 points.
Oh, the muscularity and skill set of Drummond is incredibly difficult to match up against. A tremendous big man who is remarkable in the paint.
Ferrell passes to James. Three-pointer. That's good from Shumpert on the assist by LeBron. 6 points for Iman Shumpert.
I don't think they were expecting that shot. They didn't really make an effort to get out on him.
Jackson kicks to Johnson. Drummond a screen, and it's Johnson penetrating. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. He's got 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's the screen. Up off the screen, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
I love watching LeBron whip it over to the open man. He's a genuine leader. He keeps his head up and eyes moving.
Outside Jackson to the inside. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. James kicks to Thompson. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Baldwin. Off target from three-point range. The Pistons have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Yep, it counts.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
A screen from Thompson. Here's Baldwin. He's got 23 to the paint. And stolen by Drummond. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. Lays it up and banks it in.
Defense is what Drummond prides himself in, especially when it comes to letting his quick hands generate offense for this team.
Thompson, a screen on Jackson. Farrell kicks to James. Feeds to Thompson. The pass to Baldwin. Beyond the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Baldwin's got 8 points in the quarter.
Wow, that's his 4th 3 of the game. 2 in each half. He has just owned that line.
Dishes it to Bradley. Top of the key, Ellenson. Misses off the right iron.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. And Thompson sends it back. It's LeBron with the drive. Count that bucket. LeBron's got 9 points now in just the second half. Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And that's a foul called on Yogi Ferrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. And here's Livingston. There's a good screen. Passes to Kennard. Out to the right wing. Looking to end the run. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Having an efficient three-point attack. Very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. In the third spot, the Pistons.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
That free throw good from Ellenson. Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. And a switcher also for Detroit. Harris has checked in. Good on both. Cleveland's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. To the wing right side. Holmes passes to Shumpert. Holmes has a screen. Shumpert dishes to Love. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Now here's Livingston. He kicks it to Ellenson. The dish now to Harris. Holmes with the steal.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Love. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 5th in rebounding and tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. And Cleveland making a change here. Bledsoe's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Jang, he's checked in for Henry Ellenson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Livingston kicks to Harris. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. 10 points for Tobias Harris.
Well, throughout Harris's career, he has worked on building up his body, putting that added strength to good use on these tough finishes.
To the right side. It's good from long range. 9 points in the game so far.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
They set the screen. Livingston passes to Jang. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Jang's got 6.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
The offensive rebound. Love. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Now here is Harris, guarded by Holmes. Left side, Harris. Love grabs the board. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Baldwin. 30 points in the game. Inside. And Holmes throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Livingston kicks to McDermott. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
The free throw drops for McDermott.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And McDermott drops them both. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. It's a pick by Love. Baldwin kicks to Bledsoe. Love, good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 14 points for Kevin Love.
And this is where Love is most effective. Close to the basket. He's a phenomenal finisher indeed.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now let's take a listen to Stan Van Gundy on a recent huddle.
Just relax and play the game. Relax and play the game. Relax and play the game.
In case they forgot that, of course, from the very invigorating words from Stan Van Gundy, repeating what he'd like to see more of them right now.
Yeah, and I think Coach feels they're getting too caught up in things that don't matter. Resetting their mindsets here. Well, let's see if it helps.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Satoransky. Smith is out there with Doug McDermott. And there's Livingston. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward position. Holmes can't get it to go in. Detroit's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And Satoransky kicks to Livingston. And we know this league is enjoying great success. The Players Union going into last season created a program, Chris, to fund health insurance for all retired players with 3 or more years of service.
Well, I'm proud of our Players Union. I hope that other sports take lead. You know, you take care of those that come before you. That's one thing in the NBA we always know and the players will always respect. That's why it was a unanimous vote by the Players Association. It definitely was a proud moment. I'm proud of my NBA brothers.
Now Here's Bledsoe. He's covered closely. Three-pointer. Kept alive on the wing, Daniels. A second chance effort. That shot, no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Livingston kicks to Satoransky. Now here's Livingston, guarded closely. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Livingston.
Attacking the rim in heavy traffic. You love his focus right there.
Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Bledsoe. Fires for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Well, the game looks like it's starting to wear on them. Unable to get out, defend the perimeter, unfocused. This is a bad sign.
Kicks to Pekovic. McDermott with a steal. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Bledsoe outside. Shoots over Livingston. No good from Bledsoe. Detroit's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Cavaliers have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Daniels passes to Holmes. Bledsoe left side. 6 to shoot. That's short off the rim.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And Satoransky kicks to Livingston. That one goes. Count it.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Pekovic with a screen. Here's Bledsoe. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Smith kicks to Livingston. Smith with a screen on Bledsoe. Good D by Bledsoe. Cavaliers have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
Henry Ellenson's checked in for Sean Livingston. Here's McDermott. Banked in off the glass.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Cleveland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Farrell. And it's Connaughton with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Shumpert is checked in for Troy Daniels. Here's Satoransky. He dishes it to McDermott. 5 on the clock. Here's Satoransky. It's rebounded by Farrell.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Shumpert in the corner. Back to Rose. Stolen by Ellenson. 13 feet away. Here's Smith, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Rose. Got a piece of it. Here's Satoransky. Pass to Connaughton. Well, there have been some questions regarding the NBA's playoff format, Chris, if the division by conference is a good thing or if we should open it up to even more teams. Should we even have divisions? If you were going to change anything, what might you change in the playoff format in any way?
Well, I'll tell you this. I would not add more teams. Please. I mean, you're going to add more teams to watch more bad teams? No, if you can't win almost 50% of your games, no way.
Agreed.
I did hear one thing that was kind of interesting is that what if you ranked the teams 1 through 16 in the playoffs so that, yes, I still believe in divisions.
Right.
Kev, because I want the season to matter. Divisions, championships, that matters for a fan base. Those type of things matter. So I want to keep those in there. But if you did 1 through 16 that way, so the last two teams didn't have to play the best competition until the end, I just think that might be interesting. You never know what type of matchups you may have. But I think we've been having some great basketball in the last 15 years. So I don't know if necessarily we really need to change anything about the playoffs.
Interesting observations.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Bekovic kicks to Shumpert. Back to Bekovic. Rebounded by the Pistons.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
And Satoransky kicks to McDermott. Smith with a screen on Shumpert. McDermott will not go. This is off the front iron. Cleveland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Rose. A stupendous finish in traffic. Rose has got 5 points now this quarter.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Here's Satoransky. Smith kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Pass to Satoransky. 5 to shoot. Free throw line jump shot. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
The soft release shove. He just fired that immediately.
Detroit's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Knocks it loose. Ellenson dishes to Johnson. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Smith. Here's Connaughton. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Pistons ball.
Here's Satoransky. They set the pick. And that's a foul. They're called on Yogi Ferrell. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, with the black socks and with some different shoes that I've had at the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
Back to Rose. Clock at 6. Thompson in the corner. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Ferrell. They get it again. Here's Shumpert. Here's Thompson. It's blocked, and he gets it back. Harper the pass to Rose. Thompson in the corner. Now Rose. There's a good screen. Inside. Stolen by Ellenson. Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one on Rose.
That's just a solid play by Johnson, sensing the physical defense and going right up into him with the shot.
And that one falls for Johnson.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And he makes both free throws. Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, I would have tried to. I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there. You're gonna have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But hey, can't go back in time, man.
A floater. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LeBron.
Well, of all the things he did well, his passing was the most important. He spread the ball around, kept everyone involved, and their offense clicked.
Here's Rose. And Thompson kicks to Rose. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He feeds it to Harper. Outside Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And another shot. Harper, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Here's Satoransky. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing it.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.